Hey, can you guys hear me?
I can.
You can?
I can. Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. So I'm just trying to unmute your audios. You guys, everything good? Annie? Robert, you good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
And Bella? All right. So at let's see. Yeah, I just unmuted all your speakers. So initially, when you join, usually it will unmute your audio. So what you guys do? Hold on. Why it's not? Madison, can you hear me? Who else?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just muted myself.
Okay, so this is how we will do that. If you want to share your video, that's fine. But I'm just wondering that the way it works, usually you can keep your audio muted. And if you have a question, just press that button and then speak. So it completely depends upon you. So it is really not a huge, big deal. So that's pretty much about it. So should we start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, so the thing is that first of all, that I'm just learning this process along with you guys. So I'm no expert in the Wikipedia at all. So I'm just, when I'm just going through the whole thing, that what I was seeing, that the most of the thing that is being taught is that how you can edit an existing page, and that's where all the confusion is. So what I will try to do that with the minimal input on really going into the intricate of the wiki editing and those part, that how you can develop the page. So the main thing that you guys do is try to write just on a plain like a Word file, just try to research that person and then try to find that what's going on. And I'm just going to go to some of the pages. Let's see. I go to, let me just Google out. Can you, am I sharing my screen or not?
Yes, you are.
So you can see the screen with the Google, right? You can see that?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody good with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so what I can do that I'm just going to search this, see that I just search members of the National Academy of Sciences, and if I just click that, it brings up all these different lists. And mainly where I hovered is see biochemistry, biophysics, cellular developmental biology, molecular neuroscience. So these are the ones that I picked up. So if you just go to that specific page, say cellular developmental biology, see that all these names, which these blues, they have all their pages. So this is a typical page that how it looks like. Some of them are small, some of them are big. It just depends. Got it, everyone?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So now what I picked up is like, these are the names that, see, if I just go to this one, you do not have anything in here. So there are two ways to start. Of course, you can start with your sandbox, and that's one of the option. But the best way to do this, what I will do, that when you log into your Wikipedia, you will all find a sandbox right here. So everybody good?
Yes.
So once you find this sandbox right here, I will again go back to my let me go back right here. Go to this one, and I will just open up a new page right here, so that I have two tabs. It's a little bit easy. All right, so here I have my sandbox, and here I have a page. So here, what I'm showing you, that with the minimal effort, how you can quickly build a page. There are a couple of ways that I figured out. That I just saw a couple of YouTube videos and how to build a page from scratch. So you can always go, this is just one of the options, which I will not use as first. See, I'm just typing Wikipedia scientist biographic template. And if you just look at that, you will find that there are some of these templates. What we mean by this, that this is the source code right here. And you can actually copy this whole source code and like this. And I'm just copying. And then I'm just going to my sandbox and I'm just pasting right here, the whole thing. And then I can just click at show preview. So if I show the preview, I mean, like, this will basically give me that whole thing. And you can remember that you can edit the sandbox with your visual editing. This is one of the way, or you can do edit with the source editing, which is much more difficult. So here you have that whole thing in there, right here. That's what I pasted, and it just came up like this. I don't feel that this is a very convenient way to do that, so I will not do that. This is also, I found that some of the people told me to do this way, but I found a little bit much more easier way. So that's what I'm going to show. So let me pick up this person right here, Paul Berg, who is pretty famous. So this is Paul Berg's page, and what I'm going to do is right here, going to go, hold on one second. So right here, can you see that right here is called edit source?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so click to the edit source, and now you have the whole source code of the page. Now, do not do anything in there because you will mess up the page. So do not do anything. So all you have to do is either do this, or you can just break Control or Command A. It will choose the whole thing, and you can Control Command C, depending upon, and you can just basically choose the whole thing and copy. Then what you do, that you just go back to your own sandbox that you were trying to do, and just I pressed Command or Control V, it will just paste the whole thing. So that's it. So now what you have, this is a very funny way to do the shortcut. Your sandbox now have Paul Berg's whole page. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is now you can just go to the source code right here, and all you have to do is see here, you need to upload a file, like it is Paulberg in 1980.jpg. You will put if you want to put a picture, you will put your own scientist, and I will tell you what it is. Then you see that caption Paulberg 1980. This is a caption of the picture, date of the age, 92, birth date, where he was born, known for what it is. So all you have to do is like just delete these things and just type your scientist related content into that area. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can easily see that right here. You can, and here what you can do, let's see that how does it look like in a visual editing format. So if you look at this visual editing format, this is also another thing. So this is the, so I'm looking at, this is the editable page. Remember that. So see that it shows edit below this line. This is your visual format. You do not have to go to the source editing, and you can just right here, you can just write that XYZ was born June 30th, 1926, and you can just go all the way down. And remember that once you have done that, then before you visualize, do not check publish. Then you will mess up the whole thing because it is not ready yet. So you can just go to the source editing back again when you made the corrections and everything. Then you just ask for showing the preview. And you can see that XYZ, that change I made, it is already saved. Does it make sense? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this is basically what you need to do. So all you are trying to do that, I'm sorry. So all you have to do that, I just did that beforehand, right here, the whole thing. And you can easily see that you can change this page to the visual editing, that what I did. And you can just say early life and education. You can just take this whole thing out, and you can just delete that, and you can just start typing your material. So what I highly suggest that you build up your material in a Word file, and then you can just cut and paste the material, and add that, and make sure that when you are putting that, really how many pages, whether it's 8 or 10 pages, that is not very important. The important is that whatever amount of material that you show, make sure that you have a reference. It doesn't have to be a lot of reference, but you can see that right here you have these references and the reference citing, and I can just talk about that a little bit later as well. But there is a way to cite those. The way you cite the references, we will. So what you will do essentially, suppose you are just trying to cite this portion. You can just choose worked as a professor at Washington University School of Medicine. If you are trying to cite this, then you can go to cite. Click cite right here, and you can just go to the template. You can cite web, news, book, journal. Mostly you guys are going to talk about the work, so you can type the journal. And here you can just write the journal, first name, last name. If multiple authors, just click that. It will just add multiple authors, title, as much information that you can do. And then you can just insert, and that's it, pretty much. So it will automatically cite this part. So this is basically how it is, that you can toggle in between. That for some of the things to visualize, you need to go to your visual editor, but you can easily see that pretty much when you were looking at the visual editor at the time, right here is your source code right here. But pretty much everything, whatever you are seeing, is in this format. So you can just do pretty much everything, whatever you want. So if you just change your source code right here, those changes will be reflected right here. But you do not have to do that. You can always use, for most of the part, do the visual editing, and that's the much more user. It is just like without knowing any source code or anything like that, you can just pick up a page and you can just edit that. So what I will highly suggest that for you guys, go to this list of the National Academy of Sciences member, and you can just hover over a couple of scientists and choose a format which you like, and just any format that you like. And once you have liked the format, you just go to that and just go to edit, and you will find, why I'm not finding that. Oh, okay, sorry. So here you cannot do that because you have to go to the source editing, so that's why it will show that. So make sure that when you copy, you just change that from visual editor to the source editing, and then you choose that whole thing and cut paste the material. So does this make a little bit of more sense, that if you were just a little bit lost, that where you can start with? What do you guys think? Yeah, you can unmute and talk.
Yeah, that was helpful.
Yeah, that was good. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm like, let's see that how this goes, and from there, because I really do not want you to that you have to really learn the detail of the coding, rather than just filling the blanks and spend more time that the person, that the information that you get, that what he worked on, and that's what it is. And again, really, I do not want that you have to write 10 pages. Just a couple of pages, just a standard, that what you see, that should be good enough. Make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So do you guys think that we should, let's go with this one. Next week is your exam week. Once you have the exam that weekend, try to just go work a little bit ahead so that you have something in there, and we will go from there then. All right. Are we good then?
So do we put it in a Word document, or you want to see it on
the thing is
Wikipedia?
that what I believe, that's what I said, that you can just put the material in a Word document, and then you can use that Word document to cut paste the material. And what I said, that pretty much I will say that probably I set a deadline by the end of the month when you have the deadline. So put something in a Word file and just upload as a file share in your group page, honors and the graduate page, and so that I can just say it's go, something like that, or I can just tell that, okay, you need a little bit more material in here. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it is. Yeah, you do not have to have the material in Wikipedia or the sandbox, although I can actually, that as you are already enrolled in the class, I can see your sandbox actually. So if you're just putting the material in the sandbox and saving it, that's absolutely fine. But if you just send me the material in a Word file as well, that's good enough. Also, do another thing as well. Suppose one day you did the change. This is very important. Somebody told me that suppose you did this sandbox editing and put new material. Once you are done, make sure that you copy that whole thing, and then you make a blank Word file. You copy that and just make sure that you copy that whole source code as a backup. By chance, if that is you forget to save or do that, so just make sure that you paste that whole thing. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
And you can just always put that at the very top, a date, something like this, sandbox, say February 26th. So yeah, so by chance, that's what, I'm sorry. Yeah, so this is something like that, so that by chance, if you forget and somehow the sandbox material that you have put in actually got deleted, you have already a backup. This is extra. This is extra from your, so you have a file where you have all the scientists and everyone, everything that you are researching and you're putting material. But this is once you are putting the material from your Word file into the sandbox, at the end of the day, when you're done, just copy paste it in and save in a different file. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think that's pretty much it. And let's see how does it work. Good, everyone? Then?
Yeah, we're good. Uh-huh.
All right, thanks a lot. I mean, like, I just recorded the whole thing, so I will just put a link because this was completely optional. So the students who couldn't attend, they can all see that. All right, see you guys then.
All right.
Okay.
All right, have a great night. Thanks.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.